you have gas? Nope. God damn it. Why do I always pick the bike that doesn't have gas? It's like I've got a sixth sense. So here we are, out of gas in a time of crisis. Isn't that fun? That's what I came out here to vlog about, because I was like, man, I really don't know what to do on a channel, because the algorithm makes me sick. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you about anything that I know because that sounds so boring. And it's all been done. So that's not why I'm here, but I'm also incredibly busy, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to just vlog on the way to therapy, because why the hell not? It's not a very interesting or scenic ride by any means, so you can see by all the luscious, beautiful urban wildlife we have out here, but it's still, you know, it'd be fun, like little pre-therapy, little post-therapy, little stop and get gas and see how much it is, and try to just take a break from the news grind. Today's video is brought to you by a nameless wallet chewed on by a toddler. Oh shit, this shit's locked in there. Oh my god, what the fuck? Is that, that's never happened before. You know what, just take it, I don't need it. What the fuck do I need money for? Nothing is working. Nothing's working. My card's stuck and there's no gas. This is the dystopian Terminator future I always wish it would be. Still, oh, I can get it out now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first time I've ever gotten gas. Let's see if this one works. You know, it's funny when you listen to punk rock and you listen to lyrics, it's like we've always just been at a useless war and no one's ever had money. And we've always been mad the whole time. So, ladies and gentlemen, nothing has changed. There we go. Yeah. It works. I won't remove it. I'm gonna pour this in my helmet. Dude, the first time I put gas in this fucking tank, it went everywhere. Like, it was crazy. Cause like, essentially you're just putting a nozzle onto a flat, square surface and it just sprays out like a fountain. And we were at a gas station and I was riding with my husband. I was like, dude, be careful. Like, the first time I put gas in there, it just sprayed everywhere. And he's like chuckling like as if I'm an idiot. And guess what he fucking does? It went everywhere. That'll be $80. So be careful. If you're filling this up, don't just stick it in like a normal gas tank. That's what she said? That's bad, that's what she said. Okay, now that I'm officially late for therapy. It's a windy ass day. I love this bike. So I was thinking about the Whitney Universe, because somebody commented like, oh hey, you should rename this channel the Whitney Universe. And I was like, okay, motorcycle specific things that are in the Whitney Universe. And I thought of something funny. And what's funny is, oh my god, it's so windy. Okay, Whitney was president of the Whitney Universe, or Bishop of the Universe. Universal Pope. There, I like that. Everybody would have to have a government mandated S1000 RR that they would have to ride to therapy every other week for their entire life. And they would be like really fucking sick S1000 RRs, because that would be part of your therapy, is like getting out whatever aggressions or depression or anxiety you have. One of the most fun sport bikes I've ever been on. You know, you feel taken care of a little bit because the state is giving you a really cool one, and you're mandated to ride it to a healthcare professional to go talk about whatever's happening in your life. So that's order of business number one. After we solve world hunger and all crises, we get back to the spiritual level, which is making sure everybody's getting the mental health care that they need, and getting in your lane to slam on their brakes and turn and go in somewhere. And oh, it's like 20-mile-an-hour winds. Dude, on days when it's like this, I just don't go on the highway. It's just so windy. Everybody would also, so number 2, everybody would legally, in order to get a license to operate a vehicle, you have to know how to ride a motorcycle, because it's a beneficial thing for your brain, for your psyche, for your physical health, to know how to ride a motorcycle. And also, what if it's like the end of the world and the only option you have while running out of a burning building is to hop on a fucking Pan America? You better know how to ride it, fit your whole family on there too. All right, we will pick up after I scrub my brain. I feel therapized. Look at all these belts this guy has. Dude, I wonder if Travis Barker's gonna bike back down here. He's been doing loops. Speaking of everybody in the Whitney universe learning how to ride a motorcycle, there have been so many fatal accidents in Austin. It is absolutely heartbreaking, and it's hard not to think about when you're on a motorcycle. There were 4 fatal motorcycle accidents in Austin in 2 days. It's awful. Like I said, hard not to think about when you get on the bike, because, well, there's a culmination of things happening. I think this is all obviously speculation, but all cities are going through this big population boom, so you've got a lot of people moving here. So people new to the roads, new to the area, not know where they're going, looking on Google Maps, whatever. That's a big part of it. You've got record motorcyclists hitting the road for the first time. So you've got a lot of new riders out there. So that's part of it. And then on top of it, the cherry on the cupcake of chaos is there have been a significant reduction in police presence on the road, which you're like, oh, that's great. No one's getting pulled over. Sure, if you're an experienced motorcyclist who's got a leader bike and you just want to have fun, that's one thing. But then that means that you've got a lot of people driving recklessly and without consequence. So mix those 3 things onto the petri dish of life, and you've got a really bad recipe for disaster. You get a lot of dead people on the road, and that's absolutely awful. So let's say in the Whitney universe, there's duality. So every single motorcyclist gets off the public roads, and they all are gifted a track bike, and they all get track time, and no one ever has to worry about losing a loved one on the streets ever again. That's one facet of the Whitney universe. No more street riding, just track riding, off-road riding. And then the flip side of that coin is I want every single person to be on a motorcycle on the road, so that there's just more awareness, and there's more people on the road, there's more people looking for motorcyclists. But obviously that's a pipe dream. I think it'll slowly surely get that way, but America is just mostly highway. So it's like, what are you supposed to tell a new rider? Like, hey, this is what I would tell a new rider. Okay, so being safe on the road means having to be psychic, developing your intuition, and doing this nuanced balance of driving like an asshole so you're seen, but not driving too much like an asshole that you're going to get yourself killed. This is a very delicate ballet of assuming no one sees you, riding in a spot, speeding up where you need to be seen, and being psychic. That's all you have to do, new riders. If only you could just, like the Matrix, download an information packet into a new rider and be like, okay, you can sense when a car is going to run a red light, and you've got an extra set of third eyes so that no one misses you on the road. It's that simple. Oh, well, that took a dark turn. It's not a dark turn, it's a necessary turn. It's something I think about as a motorcyclist. It's something probably a lot of people think about, is just like, you don't want anyone ever to die. ever. Don't ever die, 'cause it is not cool. Yeah, as I approach home after therapy with all existential chewing gum I've got in my mouth's brain, as gross as that sounds. Ride like no one can ever see you. I have so many people, he didn't see me. I'm like, you are a honest to God 1/8 of mass as a car. It's like, of course they didn't see you. Why are you shocked by that? You can even wave, make eye contact with somebody, still won't register that you're a human. Especially when all this stuff is happening, 1/10 of a second. It's like, no one sees you. If that person waves, they didn't see you. Just know that. Ride like that. I once, that reminds me, this one time I was going down a one-way and there was just a car barreling at me from the wrong way. And on a motorcycle, I was like, and I'm popping the curb and getting on the sidewalk. This is amazing. I'm so glad that I got to save my life because if I was in a car, we would have just crashed head on. Obviously, I've been into many scenarios on a motorcycle where I almost died and almost wrecked. And I was a bartender. I was always riding home at the witching hour, and you're like, oh, okay, and I'm not gonna die. And then you go around that person. It's just so hard. I was like, okay, well, I would tell a beginner rider not to. I'm like, what? Ride on the street? It's like, all times of the day are dangerous. Rush hour, all of it. It's all dangerous, especially if you're new and you're just developing your senses. Even if you're a seasoned rider, it's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go be sad now and think about those poor people who, died on a motorcycle. Please be safe out there. And let's all just not die, okay? There, let's all not die. You are blessed by hearing that. Okay, don't hit the toys. Don't hit the toys. Yes! Don't hit Minnie Mouse toys. When you're thinking of death, you can barrel into them and still make it.